This video message is to address a prevalent issue that many lesbians experience when they go and get their hair done. And the way lesbians get their hair styled varies, and they are in need of the service of having either a barber or a beautician, and collectively they're called hairstylists, to maintain their hair. And lesbians, we're women. We love to make sure that we look good, and part of caring for ourselves is getting our hair done. A service that is very much so needed is having a hairstylist. And I want to say a disclaimer. This message is not intended to belittle or attack any professional hairstylist. I actually believe there should be a holiday for anyone who is a hairstylist, whether you are a barber or a beautician. Your work is very necessary, and I greatly respect and appreciate hairstylists and what they do for the beauty industry. That is the end of the disclaimer. Lesbians often experience discrimination when they go into certain settings where they want to get their hair done. And this is an unfortunate occurrence when it does happen. And although many lesbians may style their own hair, some of us may not have the ability to always do our own hair, or you may not have the skills or the tools to manage your hair on your own, so you hire a professional hairstylist. And when you go and get your hair done, you are looking forward to an experience where you feel pampered, you feel like you're being cared for, meaning your hair is being cared for, because hair care, that's why it's called hair care. You want someone who knows about hair. You want someone who is skilled in the area of maintaining your mane. Having a healthy stylist actually results in having healthy hair. Whether you are a barber or if you are a beautician, you must be professional, and you must know how to take care of your client's hair. And it doesn't just stop there with being skilled at doing hair. It also requires professionalism. And this is where some hairstylists unfortunately fail. They are not professional in the areas of dealing with diversity in their clients. There are so many people who come from different cultures, backgrounds, ages, nationalities, race, and genders, and even sexual orientations. We live in a heteronormative society, and most people view everyone as being heterosexual. And this also impacts the beauty industry and the hair care industry, the stylist industries. I have personally experienced where barbers and beauticians express disdain towards people who are of the LGBTQIA plus community. An experience that a lesbian may have can depend on how she presents herself. Lesbians, we are female homosexuals, but we present ourselves differently. We're not monolithic. So there may be a lesbian who is feminine presenting, where physically she looks feminine, and she's usually viewed as a heterosexual female, but she is a lesbian. And then you have the more masculine presenting lesbian, or she may be tomboyish, or she may be androgynous. There is a stereotypical view of how lesbians are viewed as upon people, and generally the stereotypical image that most people have of a lesbian is that she's masculine presenting. If a masculine presenting lesbian, if she goes into a barbershop, people will see her and they would assume that she is a lesbian. If she is a lesbian, she may get stares, she may get grimaces. She may even hear whispers of people saying very negative things about her because of her physical appearance. This is one way lesbians are able to pick up that she has stepped into a toxic environment. I want to title this video, How Lesbians Can Handle Annoying Barbers and Beauticians. And you can even say they're messy. How lesbians can handle messy barbers and beauticians. And I use the verbiage annoying and messy because most people don't like to consider themselves as being homophobic, but they are. Being a lesbian, I've been around heterosexual people all of my life. I'm actually the only lesbian in my family, and I come from a very homophobic background. And I've had my hair done since I was a young girl. Someone in my family did my hair, styled my hair, and I learned how to style my own hair as well. But there comes certain times where you want to go and get your hair professionally done. As an onlooker, if there was someone who people assumed was gay or lesbian and they were at a barber shop or if they were at a beauty shop, I could hear how heterosexual people talked about gay people, and it was never pleasant. And I remember that made me feel very uncomfortable because I knew I was a lesbian even though they didn't know. And I was there getting my hair done, and I'm thinking, why are these people mistreating gay lesbian people? I always knew that if you go into an environment where you're supposed to receive a service, in this case, you're receiving a service of getting your hair done and you're paying them, they should always be professional, but that wasn't always the case. In Black neighborhoods, barbers, beauticians, it's like a culture thing where people have this idea that everybody is heterosexual, especially if you're Black. Black people, one of the ways that they bond is going to their hairstylist. They bond with their barber, they bond with their hairstylist. And if you're Black and your barber or your hairstylist, your beautician is Black as well, they usually open up and share with them a lot of personal information about their lives. And they get to know you and you get to know them. And you understand how they think. I was able to understand how a lot of Black people thought that were in the beauty profession dealing with hair care, how they thought about people who identified as gay, lesbian, bisexual, or LGBTQ, because they were very loud about it, and it was not in a positive way. There was a lot of homophobia, and homophobia is not just a fear of homosexual people, but it is a hatred for homosexual people. And there are people who actually fear homosexual people, like fear in the sense of they don't want to be gay. They fear somebody that they're dating is going to be gay. Like a lot of women don't want to be with men who are bisexual or down low men, for example. And then you have also people who don't want their kids to be gay. Black people tend to believe that being gay is the worst thing you could ever be. And I'm speaking on, Black culture, but it's not just limited there. It could be different for other cultures, other races, other nationalities who are non-Black with their experiences of dealing with hairstylists. They can still face the same discrimination. But I'm just saying I've noticed it to be more prevalent within Black communities. When you go to the hair salons, the barber shops, the beauty shops, there is more outspoken talk about gay and lesbian or bisexual people, and it's not positive. It's very derogatory. It's very condescending. It's very hateful conversations. And even how they treat their clients. And unbeknown to them, they don't even realize that they're styling people's hair who they are talking bad about. They're actual gay, lesbian, bisexual, and LGBTQ plus people who sit in the salon chairs, who sit in the barber chairs, getting their hair done by barbers and beauticians who actually have an issue with homosexual people or bisexual people or trans people. Considering the fact that it's very common for lesbians to go and get their hair done. And the way you get your hair done, it depends on your style and your preference. Lesbians, we're very creative and we like to do our hair different ways. A lot of lesbians wear their hair natural, meaning no chemicals, and the way they style it can vary. They may wear their hair very short. They may wear their hair very long. They may style their hair differently. Some people like to wear locks. Some people like to wear twists. Some people like a taper fade. Some people like an afro. Some people like curls. It just all depends on the woman. And being a woman and being a lesbian, we like to take care of ourselves. We take pride in how we look and how we present ourselves. And the way we style our hair is a way that we can be identified as lesbians. It really is. So when you go to get your hair done, you're getting your hair done because you care for your hair, you care for the way you look, but you also care about your representation. So the way you get your hair done, it does actually display who you are as a person. And I know this to be a fact because people can look at the way a person wears their hair or styles their hair, and it tells you a lot about their personality. Well, this also boils down to your sexual orientation as well. Many lesbians, when they're Black women or Black females, they tend to wear their hair very natural. I am one of those lesbians who wears my hair natural. I don't have chemicals in my hair, and I wear my hair in natural twists. For me, it is about who I am. And my hair also is a part of my joy, because the way I wear my hair is a source of freedom, because I'm not restricted in how I should wear my hair according to the way the norm wants me to wear my hair. For example, a lot of lesbians defy what is considered a heteronormative way of the way women should wear their hair. Most women are required, or rather they're more so pressured to wear their hair very long, and also to keep it straight, meaning they don't want you to like usually wear your hair in its natural state, essence. And the reason why women are usually pressured to wear their hair very long and in these straight styles is because of beauty standards, these beauty constructs where they view women who wear long hair as more attractive. And unfortunately, if you have your hair in its natural state as a Black female, you can face a lot of discrimination in the workplace, for example, or just anywhere in life, because they view European hair as the standard. But being a Black woman and having our natural hair, we know that our hair is beautiful. Our hair has history. Our hair has texture, and our hair is very creative. And so being a lesbian Black woman, the way we wear our hair means a lot to us. If we're not doing our own hair, we're going to a professional hairstylist. And there are experiences that we have when going to barbers or beauticians that are very toxic. And so I just wanted to address that and share with you some insight on how you can handle messy or annoying barbers and beauticians. There are men who, if they find out that you are a lesbian, and if he's a barber, for example, and he's a heterosexual man, he may flirt with you, or he may be homophobic and say demeaning things to you about the way you wear your hair. For example, if you are a masculine presenting lesbian or a tomboyish lesbian or an androgynous lesbian, he may take offense to you wearing your hair short. He may take offense to you having a taper cut or wearing fade or waves in your hair. And he may tell you that your hair is supposed to be long. You're not supposed to wear your hair like a man. There are comments that male barbers will make towards lesbians who are more masculine presenting. And that's very offensive, it's very intrusive, and it's unprofessional. If you are more of a feminine presenting lesbian and it's hard to decipher that you're a lesbian, if someone knows that you're a lesbian, or if you are an open or out lesbian, and for example, your beautician knows that you're a lesbian and she's a woman, she may take offense to you being a lesbian. And she may think that because you're a lesbian, that you're going to be attracted to her and that you're going to try to come on to her or turn her out. These are incidents that actually happen, even without them knowing directly that you are a lesbian, because you don't have to tell anyone anything, but they can assume that you're gay. And if they don't even assume that you're gay, if someone else came into the shop and they have this stereotypical view of how lesbians look, which is the more masculine presenting lesbian, and say a masculine presenting lesbian comes into the barber shop or even into the beauty shop to get her hair done, the way we can know that the barber or the beautician is homophobic is the comments they say. I have sat in chairs, or I have been in earshot distance of hearing hairstylists make negative comments about women who they think are lesbians. Oh, she's gay. Oh, look at her looking like a man. Ooh, I hope she don't come over here because I don't want to deal with her. I think she's gay. This happens, and it's extremely unfortunate, and it needs to stop. A barber or a beautician, and they are in a neighborhood where it's predominantly Black or African American, they think that being professional is them doing your hair the way you want it to be done. But they completely are oblivious to the fact that professionalism also needs to apply to how you treat people who are different from you. And so if you know that someone is lesbian, gay, bisexual, or they identify somewhere within the LGBTQ plus acronym, all of a sudden their professionalism flies out the door. But they don't even realize it because they think, well, everybody thinks the way I think. Everybody has a problem with you being gay or lesbian. That's not normal. So the nerve of you to come up into my shop and you're gay and you think that you can just come in here demanding to get your hair done and you're gay. No, because we don't do gay people's hair. They don't say those words, but that is their behavior. The way they look at you, the way they act condescending towards you, the way they don't want to accept you as a client. I've actually seen where they will reject people who come into the shop, the hair shop, and say, hey, can I get my hair done today? Do y'all accept walk-ins? And they say, no, we don't accept walk-ins. No, I'm full. I'm busy. No, I don't have room to open up for new clients. I'm not accepting new clients. And as soon as that lesbian woman walks out who they say is gay, they start talking about them real bad. And they say, oh, did you see that lesbian? Oh, did you see that dyke? I'm not going to do her hair. This absolutely should not happen in a professional workplace. And see, a lot of these beauticians and barbers, they think maybe because they own their own shop, or maybe because they're in an environment where they feel like, well, all of us think the same. Surely she should have known better to come in here and think she could get her hair done by me. And we don't associate with homosexuality. You should treat everybody respectfully. And honestly, the way I handle this, because I've heard without people even knowing that I'm a lesbian, because I'm a feminine presenting woman, but I'm a lesbian, and I have no issue letting people know that I'm a lesbian. But the way that I handle annoying, messy, toxic barbers and beauticians, because I've been to both. I've worn my hair very short and I've went to a barber. I've worn my hair very long. My hair has been long, short. I've been through various hairstyles over the years. And so I've heard a lot, I've seen a lot in these settings where people are supposed to be professionals in dealing with your hair. They're not professional. And one of the ways that I have handled it, and I want to share with you, I don't let people know that I'm a lesbian. And this has prevented a lot of issues that I've had with men who try to come on to you and flirt with you and who try to convert you over to heterosexuality. It also wards off a lot of women who are heterosexual, and they assume that because you're a lesbian that you are going to try to turn them out or convert them over to being a lesbian. Or they may just think that you are going to try to change their view about homosexuality. There's a lot of people who are very religious, especially in the Black cultures and in the hair care industry. They use religion to a fault. They feel entitled to disrespect and to reject people who are gay, lesbian, bisexual, or LGBTQ simply because they believe that it's wrong, that God doesn't approve. So they do intersect their religious beliefs into their profession. And I will say this, there was a law that passed, and I talked about this on my YouTube channel. In 2023, there was a law that was passed. Case 303, Creator versus Elitist. People can actually refuse service to LGBTQ plus people. If they refuse service to LGBTQ plus people, they are legally able to do that now. And honestly, that's a blessing in disguise, because you don't want to go and get your hair done by someone who is homophobic, who is bigoted. But in some cases where it's an emergency and you just don't feel like dealing with the drama, one way I handled it is I would not reveal that I'm a lesbian. And another way that I handled it is if I was there and I didn't know this beautician or this barber, I only go get my hair done professionally by someone who is not homophobic. I don't go get my hair done on a long-term consistent basis by someone who I know clearly is against people who are same-sex attracted people. I do not give them my service, my time, or my money. But if it was like a situation where you had to hurry up and get your hair done and there was no one, you couldn't go to your regular barber or beautician and you just had to go find someone randomly, in those circumstances, I don't reveal that I'm a lesbian. If I'm in a situation where I don't reveal that I'm a lesbian, but I do hear them talk very negatively about lesbian, gay, bisexual, or LGBTQ plus people, I don't say anything. I just listen to make sure I'm hearing them properly. I listen to understand. I don't jump to conclusions and say, hey, that person's homophobic. I'll just listen to them. And if I do learn that they are homophobic, sometimes I do say something to them, but sometimes I don't. And it's not because I'm afraid, but more so, if they're doing my hair, I don't want them messing my hair up. But if I wasn't getting my hair done and I heard them talking bad about a gay person, like I was waiting to be the next person to get my hair done, and I heard them talking bad about a gay person or a lesbian person, I will walk out. Word of mouth is crucial. Spread the word. If I heard somebody discriminate against a lesbian or a gay person after they walked out when the barber or the beautician rejected taking them in as a client, I would actually go out and I would talk to the lesbian or gay person and I would tell them exactly what that barber or that beautician said, so that they are aware that this is a toxic and a homophobic environment. But you just have to gauge and monitor when is the best time to do that, and consider your own safety as well. But I wanted to just share that information with you. Don't go to barbers and beauticians or hair salons where you know that these people despise you. And if you do choose someone on a permanent basis to do your hair, get to know how they think about gay, lesbian, bisexual, and LGBTQ plus people. Being professional is not just limited to them doing your hair right. It's also how they treat people. They need to treat people respectfully and kindly. And if they are not, you are not required to give them your money. You should feel safe, and you should be in an environment where you are free to be yourself. And if you are not in that setting, then you need to leave. I hope this message resonates with you. I am Giselle Wallace, certified gay life coach and author. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, like and share this video, and also join my channel membership where you can become a member of the premium tribe, where I provide insightful information for lesbian, gay, bisexual, and LGBTQ plus people that is not meant for the public. Have a beautiful day.